This is gonna be a good matchup. What's the best Jim Beam release this year? Some would argue Knob Creek 18. Some would argue Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well. Well, we are about to find out. I got my resting Grinch face shirt on. It's a Friday, it's double bass. What's up, folks? I'm Jason C, and welcome back to the Mash and Drum. Like, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to help grow the channel. Appreciate the support. If you guys have any suggestions for some head-to-head matchups, leave them below in the comments. Today's matchup includes some of Jim Beam's best of 2022. First up, we have the Knob Creek 18 year, which is a 2022 limited edition release, and it's the oldest Knob Creek release to date. Now, according to the press release, 3 decades ago, Booker No, grandson of Jim Beam and 6th generation master distiller, set out to define the standards for pre-prohibition style bourbon and introduced Knob Creek. Knob Creek 18 celebrates the 30th anniversary of Knob Creek, bottled at 100 proof and priced at 170 bucks. It's about to go up against Hardin's Creek, which is a new brand extension in the Beam Suntory family of products. It is being distilled at the new Fred B. No distillery that is being led by master distiller Freddie No. Each set of releases will be different, including age, blending, mash bill, distillation, barrels, rack house locations, and more. Now, there are 2 bottles of Hardin's Creek for its inaugural release. One was low age and one was high age. Today we're doing the Jacob's Well, which is a blend of 15-year-old high rye bourbon and 16-year-old traditional bourbon. 15 years and 4 months old, 108 proof, and priced at 150 bucks. All right, before we dive in, as we get closer to the holidays, here is an opportunity to get 30% off from Original Grain, today's sponsor, including, for all you taters out there, a watch made with bourbon barrel wood from Buffalo Trace. Check it out. All right, guys, Original Grain, Mash and Drum's newest sponsor, has been making watches from unique materials for almost a decade. Now, I'm a watch guy, but when I heard Original Grain was making watches, sunglasses, rings, and more inlaid with whiskey barrel wood, I was all in. Now, their Whiskey Barrel series, which I'm wearing right here, is crafted with reclaimed American oak bourbon barrel wood. You could see the barrel wood in each detail of the watch. So 2 things. 1, they have many different colors and options to match up with your personal style. And 2, with the holidays upon us, is the perfect gift that doesn't break the bank. And it's not just whiskey barrels. They have options made from tailored guitars, tequila barrels, beer barrels, military ammo crates for anyone with a military background, and even watch bands for Apple Watches inlaid with whiskey wood. They even just launched a limited edition collection in collaboration with Buffalo Trace to inlay their watches with reclaimed Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels with a hand-torched finish. They're beautiful. So no matter what you resonate with, there is a perfect watch for you and any loved one. 100% money-back guarantee, veteran and family-owned company, free shipping, great warranty. There's a lot to like here. Okay, so time's running out for the holidays. Here's how to get it. Click the link below in the description, go to originalgrain.com/mash and use code MASH at checkout. They are currently running a 20% off Black Friday deal right now, but using my link and code will give you an extra 10% off. So that makes it a total of 30% off. This is the highest markdown you're gonna get for the holidays. Now click that link below and go shopping. Happy holidays, everybody. All right, guys, just gonna mix these up. I use the black Glencairns just because I don't wanna see the color. If the colors are different, I just don't wanna be, influenced by the different colors in the whiskey. So, all right, these are all mixed up. Here we go. Try to do it with as little edits as possible. We're gonna rate it for nose, palate, and finish. See which one wins out. Here we go. The first glass here is just, it's dark and it's delicious. This is a brown sugar bomb, vanilla bomb. It's really, really like heavy on the dark fruit, maybe a little cherry too. But I feel like I get more blackberry in this. Good amount of oak. It's a slight smokiness to it too, that I'm really digging. A little bit of like that charred citrus note too that I get with Beam sometimes, but it's definitely on the darker, the darker side of things when it comes to bourbon. Let's go to the other glass here. Very similar, very sweet, very oaky, I should say. Oh man, I have no idea. This one also has a little bit of a dark fruit note going on too. A little sweet. I don't know which one's sweeter. This one's pretty dark too. They both have this dark, deep, rich flavor profiles to it on the nose. As to which nose I like better, man, this has even more brown sugar. It's really, man, the brown sugar and the vanilla extract note in this one is kind of what's getting me. But this is super close. I think I'm gonna go with this glass here, the second glass. There's just something a little bit darker and richer about it. Even I was saying that the first one was dark and rich, but then you go to the second glass, and I don't know, there's something else to it that's just really bringing me in. This has a brighter sweetness to it on the first glass, while the second one, it's almost like molasses. I'm digging that. Okay. I'll give the nod here to the second glass, so they win nose. Let's go to the first glass for palate. Here we go. Yes, yes. Oak, vanilla. A lot of oak, but not overly oaked. Good spice to this one. Again, a little bit of that dark fruit is coming through. There's a very leathery, tobacco-y, you know, thing going on in that one, where it's giving you all those those really nice high-aged notes that you would expect. But yeah, it's a nice blend though. It's sweet, yet it shows its age, but it doesn't get into like a drying, not like a drying situation on the back of the palate at all. Really good. Really good on the palate. Maybe slightly thin on the palate. Maybe slightly thin. It's not really holding on. Let's see what the second glass does here. This is tough. No freaking clue. No clue. I expected this to be both of these to be a lot more different than they are. Both palate and nose nose was super close. Now we're getting a palate here. Again, this one, the second one, I think the palate on the second one's winning out for me. There's something more molasses, something more rich, something darker to it than the first glass. The second glass has this underlying like cherry cobbler thing going on. But then it's like laced with vanilla and just this like smoky and sweet, and oh my gosh. I need another sip of that one. Man, the cinnamon and the allspice in that second glass is just on another level. It is so good. But then the dark fruit and the oak. I mean, and this I feel to me is also richer on the palate and thicker on the palate than the first one is. So I'm gonna have to go with glass 2 on the palate, which already means it already kind of won. But let's go to the finish. First glass, good finish. Sweet. A little bit of pepperiness there. Second glass. Yeah, the second glass I think even has a longer finish. It just stays. This one goes away a little bit too easily. I think it's a clean sweep. I mean, they were close until I tasted it, and oh man, the finish on the second glass is ridiculous. It's still going. All right. What the hell is in this glass? No clue. This will be interesting. All right. So this one goes to... Wow. Really? For the clean sweep. Okay. I don't know if this is going to surprise you as it surprised me, but it goes to the Hardin's Creek. The Hardin's Creek has texture, a better finish, sweeter notes, the dark fruit notes in the Hardin's Creek, along with those classic like peanut buttery, spicy cinnamon, vanilla, you know, caramel, you know, notes that you get with Jim Beam are just more amplified. Now the Knob Creek 18, I think what hurt the Knob Creek 18 is the viscosity of it. It's compared to the Hardin's Creek, this came out very thin, and I think that's what hurt it. Now, you know, the Hardin's Creek is only 108 proof. It's only 8 proof points higher than the Knob Creek. But man, the texture of this whiskey, the texture of this bourbon is well beyond what the Knob Creek 18 does. So, best Beam release this year. I mean, you can maybe argue a couple different Bookers in there that for people that really like Bookers. But this Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well, I think that's probably my favorite Jim Beam release in a long time. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed the double bass episode. We just found out what my favorite Jim Beam release of 2022 is. It's the Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Of course, before we go, we're gonna make Jacob's Creek here. I don't have much Jacob's Creek. I don't have much of the Hardin's Creek left. But let's try to blend it, see what we get. Well, you know what? That little bit of the, oh my gosh, that works. But I don't think you need a lot of the Jacob's Well, because that little bit that I poured in the Knob Creek 18 made all the difference. That's a hell of a blend. All right. As I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Cheers. Make sure you leave a comment below. Give me some suggestions for future double bass episodes. And I'll see you next time right here on the Mash and Drum. Cheers.